Hey guys, just a quick update. We just had Hurricane Sally pass through. I don't have any internet right now, so I don't even know when this video is gonna go up, but I do have power. As you can see, I'm very thankful for that. We only lost power for like a quick hour. Sorry. We only lost power for like a quick hour. No real damage, stuff is on the ground and all over the place. But I mean, there's not that much debris in front of my apartment, so I'm very thankful and feel very blessed. Send good vibes to the people over here. I don't know of any organizations taking like donations just yet, but if I find out, I'll totally let you guys know. All right, so that's all I was gonna say about that right now. I really turned on the camera right now to film and talk about my book. I know I have like a couple other book talk videos here about it, but I just wanted to make another one. Let me try this again. I am such a long-winded person. I filmed something and it was already at 10 minutes, and I was only on the first part of what I wanted to say. Ooh, so we're gonna try this again. All right, so this is my book. It's called May. I wrote it, I edited it, I designed the cover. My friends Spencer and Taylor, shout out guys. Spencer took a picture of Taylor. I used that photo to create the cover using Canva. And so I formatted the book, I wrote the book, I edited the book. So there are a few typos. But it's my book. I'm really excited about it. It's been out since March, and I'm always excited to hear people's thoughts on it. Seriously, please, if you read it, send me a review. Review it on Amazon or Goodreads, preferably both, because it helps me, because I am an indie author. I don't have a publicist. I don't have a marketing team. It's just me, and I'm still learning. So please do that. And also, if you just want to hit me up in the email and the DM and be like, girl, can we talk about this? Like this scene? Like, I just want to talk about it. I'm here for that too. I love talking about it. So, okay. But this is my book. And one of the reasons I wanted to make this video is to just sort of give a little rundown on it. First of all, it is about a 16-year-old girl who runs away from home because her parents are impossible. Just impossible to deal with. I know a lot of teenagers think their parents are impossible, like they're just the worst, but they're not. It's not what's up. They're not great. They're not great parents. So she's very headstrong, very stubborn, very set in her. She knows what she wants to do, but very soft-hearted too, very sweet, very loving. And she takes off on her own, and she's very young, but she's quickly, gaining responsibility, gaining insight, learning about the world, becoming a woman. That's what she's doing. It's set in 1930. So, it's a period piece, I guess. It's realistic fiction. It is, I do, consider it a coming of age story. Young adult read, but it's young adult and up, like, it's for everybody. But one thing I did want to talk about is on the very first page, there is a warning. First page. And I don't know why I even tried to show you. Sorry guys. Hold on, pause. I'm gonna cut this out because I'm thirsty. Water's good for you. And we're back. All right. The warning says, warning, this book does contain heavy themes such as racism, violence, and sexual assault. There are no graphic scenes. However, some potentially upsetting themes are discussed, and some characters, I grew up with a lisp. It's hard for me to like say a lot of words out loud. Some characters are affected by them. So, what that basically means is, sorry if you didn't understand what I was saying about my lisp. So, I have a lisp, means I don't say my S's correctly. I say them with my tongue in the way. So, like, instead of s. And so, I become very aware of that when I'm filming a video or or reading something out loud. Like, if I'm just talking, it is what it is. But if I have to read something, then I know exactly what sounds are coming out of my mouth, and it makes it very hard. All right, no wonder my videos take so long. What even was that? Okay, so back to the warning. All right, so racism, like I said, it is set in 1930, America, and in the southern region. Not that there isn't racism today in every region, because that's another discussion anyway, but there is. But it's the 1930s, so it's the, it's the colored only, whites only and colored signs type racism. It's the segregation type racism, and that's here, which I've seen people put racial issues as a trigger, but it's just, I don't know if that's really a trigger. It could be though, so I'm just letting you know. Because it could be. I could see how. I could see that could be. Whatever. Okay. And so speaking of that, like, it is in the 30s and there's racism. So the N word is said twice. I do believe it's just twice. It could be 3 times, but I think it's just twice. It might only be once. But anyway, I don't like the word. I don't like writing it. It brings me no joy to write it down. Say it, hear it, etc. But it was necessary for where I put it. So it is there. Contextually, it's appropriate. All right. Violence. There are no huge violent scenes. And, like I said, it's middle school and up. You guys are reading Holes, Hunger Games, what did I read in middle school? The Blueford books, Lemony Snickets. You guys have read violence, and there's nothing. It's not a thriller. It's not an action book, so there's no heavy fight scenes anyway. There's no graphic violence. I think the one thing, there might be a scene where, I didn't write the book. There is a scene where someone does hurt themselves on accident. Well, whatever. But it's it's not very troubling. Like, if you saw it in real life, you'd be like, ugh, gross. But it's not something that would scar you for life. If you don't like blood, it's just gonna be like, ew. There are 2 deaths. That's another thing I have wrong with my speech. Deaths that are not natural. They're not, it's not natural causes. They're whatever. So in nature, they are violent, but again, they're not graphically depicted. They are, the aftermath or the leading up to is talked about, but the injuries aren't explicitly described. It's not graphic. You know what happens. It's very matter of fact in those manners. Yeah. Okay. And then sexual violence. Again, definitely no graphic depictions, no scenes, nothing like that. It's a theme, basically, that is prevalent in some conversations and some knowledge that you have as a reader concerning a couple side characters, and again, it's more like the threat of what could happen, what has happened, what might happen, etc. But there's no what could be happen. But it's not. I would, you couldn't compare it to reading Precious or, anything with that is about that is about that. Hope that kind of makes sense. I just want it to be very clear that if you do have very sensitive triggers, then you may want to think about it. But honestly, I don't think that my book has anything very harmful There is nothing graphic. That's just the biggest takeaway. Nothing graphic happens. So yeah, so that's pretty much what the warning's all about. But it is for young adults. I would say 12 and up. Because it's a coming of age story. Now, I will say, though, it is a coming of age story, and it's also a period piece. So please don't think that I'm like, yeah, if you're 16, totally ride the rails, go find your journey. Now, it's not 1930. Don't do that. First of all, it's not safe. Second of all, you're gonna be broke, babe. I'm just telling you. Like, our great grandparents could, sort of get a job at 18, start a family, do those things. It's not realistic in this day and time. It just isn't. So don't run and ride the rails at 16 and say, well, Miss Green said that's a great idea. It worked for her. Like, I can't express how not a good idea that is. And times were different. You hear that all the time, but they really were. Like, she's 16 and she's gonna find love and she's gonna do all these things. And we think of 16-year-olds as children because they are. But back then, I mean, they were pretty close to grown-ups. Like, what is it, Loretta Lynn, who's not, she's not as old as my character would be if they were real and alive today. But she got married at 16. She thought she was 14. They didn't know where her birth certificate was. They had a lot of kids. They forgot how old she was. It happens. So she thought she was 14 when she got married, but she was actually 16. Either way, she had like big responsibilities at 14. And I'm telling you right now, at 14, I was just watching SpongeBob, bro. Like, I could not imagine like having a whole family. Like, what? But that was normal. So my 16-year-old in 1930 is doing things that I don't encourage anyone anywhere near that age to be doing now. She's been doing it a while, but it's just, you shouldn't be on your own if you can help it, because it's not a great idea. But so that's pretty much it. So yeah, all right guys, sorry this ran long. Thank you for watching. Please buy my book, review it, tell your friends, tell me, check it out. I think it's a fun read. I could be biased, but yeah. All right guys, May by Kelli Green. You can find it on Amazon as a paperback or as a Kindle/ebook. It's actually for free if you have Kindle. If you have that Kindle app thing subscription, then you can read it for free. I don't remember what it's called. I'm terrible. Anyway, thanks guys. See you later.